Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Truckers Podcast, FYI Conversations Without Barriers. I'm your host, Doug from Ontario, Canada. It is 6:30 p.m. We got a little weather advisory uh, for the region. Was snowing a little bit earlier. I don't know how long it's going to continue, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Anyways, yeah, it wasn't a good start to my morning, so I didn't do an actual show this morning. Going to do an actual show now. Anyways, I hope everybody's enjoying your weekend. We work hard. We work hard to get to the weekend. And we work hard to take care of our families. We work hard to keep the roof over our families' heads, food on the table, clothes on their back. We work hard to pay the bills, whether it's rent, whether it's a mortgage. Keep the lights on, keep the heat on. I want to take a few minutes here, or a moment, for how long this takes. And I want to take this moment to address a critical issue that affects all of us: housing. Housing is not a privilege reserved for those with higher incomes. It's a fundamental human right that should be accessible to everyone, regardless of their economic status. Affordable housing isn't just about providing shelter, it's about ensuring that every person in our community has the opportunity to live in a safe, stable, and a dignified environment. This includes families, seniors, young professionals, and individuals from all walks of life. Denying affordable housing options based on income not only perpetuates inequality, but also undermines the very fabric of our community. We all benefit from diverse, inclusive neighborhoods where everyone has the chance to thrive. Let's come together to support affordable housing initiatives and work towards a future where everyone has a place to call home. Your support and understanding can make a significant difference. We are hearing more, not in my backyard, across Canada. What is it about affordable housing in all communities that people don't want? Not in my backyard sentiment is a common phenomenon where residents oppose new developments, especially affordable housing in their neighborhoods. And this opposition often stems from concerns about parking, traffic, changes to neighborhood characters, and fears of increased crime or lower property values. What, just because people who make less money than you do, somehow this is a factors in crime? Somehow it lowers your property values? We're building whole new communities. This is what we have to build. People, you know, I think I said on my last show there's like 40% of Canadians are paying more than 30% on their rent, struggling to afford to pay for other things, such as food. So the neighborhood character and fears of increased crime or lower property values in Canada, not in my backyard, is becoming more prominent due to several factors. The housing crisis, with a growing housing shortage, there's an urgent need for more affordable housing. However, local opposition often delays or blocks these projects. community character. Residents fear that new developments will alter the character of their neighborhoods, leading to resistance, infrastructure concerns about whether local services like schools and hospitals can handle increased population growth. Population is growing anyhow. There's no end in sight for population growth. We need housing to keep up. So we need those supports, not just from communities, but we need those supports from the federal government, from the provincial government. So municipalities and cities can build new communities. Provincial governments can build more schools, pour more money into the healthcare system, hospitals, doctors. So there are concerns about whether local services like schools and hospitals can handle the increased population growth, contribute to the opposition, lack of trust. There's often a lack of trust in the development process and concerns about transparency and community involvement. And addressing not in my backyard requires a shift in mindset and a greater community engagement to highlight the benefits of affordable housing and the positive impact it can have on the community. Housing indeed is a fundamental human right, essential for a person's dignity, safety, and well-being. It's crucial for all members of society to have access to affordable, safe, and adequate housing regardless of their socioeconomic status. Ensuring that everyone has a place to call home can contribute to healthier, more inclusive, and more equitable communities. Efforts to address not in my backyard and promote affordable housing can benefit from emphasizing the shared values of compassion and community, demonstrating how affordable housing initiatives can strengthen neighborhoods, reduce homelessness, and create opportunities for all residents. And residents can help shift perspectives and build broader supports. Change is necessary to solve the housing and homelessness crisis all across Canada. The importance of housing for everyone, health and well-being, stable housing is directly linked to better physical and mental health. Without a secure place to call home, individuals face increased risk of chronic illness, stress, and mental health issues. Economic stability, access to affordable housing enables individuals to save money, invest in education, and improve their economic prospects. It creates a pathway out of poverty and promotes overall economic stability in communities. Social equity, ensuring that everyone has access to housing. It helps reduce social inequalities. It fosters inclusive communities where people from diverse backgrounds can live and thrive together. Why change is necessary? Rising homelessness without intervention. The number of people experiencing homelessness will continue to rise. Addressing this crisis requires systemic change and a commitment to providing affordable housing options. Housing affordability, the gap between housing costs and incomes, has widened, making it increasingly difficult for many people to afford rent or mortgage payments. Policies and initiatives that promote affordable housing are essential to close this gap. Community strength, stable housing, contributes to stronger communities when people have a place to call home. They can participate more fully in community life, build relationships, and contribute to the social fabric of the neighborhood. Preventing homelessness and investing in affordable housing can prevent individuals and families from falling into homelessness in the first place. It provides a safety net and reduces the need for emergency interventions by recognizing the importance of housing for everyone and advocating for necessary change. We all can work towards a future where all individuals have the opportunity to live in safe, affordable homes. It's a collective effort that benefits society as a whole. We because the downtown core and a lot of downtown cores, like, here in London and, Vancouver and the Lower East Side, you know, tent encampments, cities unable to help, not enough funding for the social services, not enough funding for the shelters, people left out in the cold. City officials calling on the province government to do something. A lot of issues going around, and people's minds are elsewhere right now too. When it comes to the supply chain and everything that goes into building a house, these tariff threats from the Donald Trump administration, Donald Trump himself, causing a lot of disruptions. It's necessary that all communities come together. And I'll tell you, the people on the hierarchy of the socioeconomics know fair well that housing is important for everybody. Not everybody's a snob in the hierarchy of the socioeconomic. But it's not just a fundamental right for this higher hierarchy of socioeconomics. It's a fundamental human right for everybody, regardless of your socioeconomics, to be able to afford a safe place to live and work and raise your families. We'll talk about this more tomorrow morning, because I am going to be up early enough and all like this, and we'll go over this and we'll address some of these issues. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I'm going to be joining the rest of mine. Hockey night in Canada is going to be starting shortly. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. This is the Truckers Podcast, FYI. Conversations without barriers. Thank you.